Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Track Feedback on Saturday, April 23rd. We're going to start off with a couple little new releases that just came out. And good, we got Paul and Tim right here. So first off, a track from Mindbender. It's a Nora Lingen remix, and it's going to be out on the 29th on Beatport, I believe. And the link is in Discord right now for the new releases. This is a great acid track that you can hear right here. A little 1-minute preview on SoundCloud. That also came through Track Feedback. Yay! And yeah, really, public release is April 29th on Paisley Dark Records. Such a short clip, but that's all you get for now. And also, congratulations to Temple01. That's Tim with Bass Pussy. Meow. And Jens is here. I got your track ready. Check this out. We heard this in Track Feedback over the winter, and now it's spring. And there's the drop. It's a Beatport preview, so it's a little crinkly like a compressed MP3. Full version sounds a lot better. So if you're rocking some house sets, pick this one up. It's at Beatport, and again, the link is in Discord and the new releases track, or you can look on Beatport, Funkoscope Records, Temple01. Check that bass line. Nice and low and deep. On my monitor stream. Got the clock ringing in the background. I got the windows open. I'm so happy. It's nice out finally. It's warm. You can go outside just in a shirt like this, open the windows, clean out all the winter funk from the house so it doesn't smell like 10,000 pots of coffee in my socks. Ew. And here we go. I want to show you something I just discovered about the phase meter. So we're going to start off with the Donats track that we'll review properly. But check out this phase meter down at the bottom. When you have something straight up the center, get that straight line. Look what happens if I just cut one channel. You get a diagonal line at like a 45-degree angle. If I bring up the other channel by itself. First you hear my voice right there, so ignore that. Watch this line. It's showing you a straight line, like a mono signal, panned hard left at a 45-degree angle. I thought that was kind of interesting. Let's get to a louder part. And then the right signal. And now the stereo. Let me balance my light, right, left. Okay, so, I don't know, I geek out on stuff like that. Let's start this over. Donats, no bud. Randy, got your track. Cool. Oh, you know what? I gotta close Discord. All right, Adam, sorry we missed your track last week or something. I don't know what happened. Phone off, everything ready. I like that hi-hat that came in. Letting the beat soak in. Should be a change coming up right around here, a minute and a half. And that kick comes in. Dropping it. And percussion layering. Cool. Still staying interesting. I think there's space to do some filtering on that string break. Bow, bow. That's getting a little bit repetitive. Good percussion changes. Drums are keeping it interesting. So let's see how this changes at the 2-minute something breakdown. Alright, a spacey little break. I'm gonna turn my headphones up. It's Saturday. All right, good. I like it that the original break loop got chopped up. That sample loop is now occupying different space, kind of. There's space for the low end to get a little tighter. It feels like there's a boop, boop, boop. Like that bass, the sub bass thing, right? That's not super very well defined. There's some of those. The bassline sound has a kind of a chunky, woody kind of sound. It's like coke, 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 coke. And there's sub frequency as well as some stuff at 280 hertz, 250 hertz or something. So I can feel that bass sound has a pressure, but this happens a lot with Dinat sounds. When you have like a sample doing the low end space, sometimes you really need to EQ that to put the kick drum here and the bass line thing over here and get the sub stuff out of the kick or out of the bass part. I like what this vocal's doing right here. That little guitar riff. That's cool. This is good. I'm really glad the string sample stopped. We can just have the beats and the bass and some little vocal stuff on top. Because we don't want that string sample to get worn out. It gets too repetitive if it's in for a really long time. Nice. That hi-hat and that new clap thing. I wouldn't even bring that loop back yet. I would let it ride longer without that loop. Because that's the thing we heard from the very beginning that's going to get repetitive if it just keeps looping as is. All right, definitely. So the first real different thing I want here is, where'd that come in? 340, 341? Don't bring in that string sample at this part. Just let us have this section of like tough beats. Let's count this out, right? Okay, here. 1, 2. Counting how long it goes without that sample. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting on my fingers for DJ Waters. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, not there. 14. Give it 16. 15. 16. We had a 12 bar section without the string sample. I think you could make that totally 16 bars without that sample. Take it all the way out to here. And it's fine to have space of bass and drums and beats without that disco loop thing. You don't need it all the time. And it gets a little like... I mean, it's funky and it's cool and it's great when it's in, but when it goes away, it gives you a nice contrast so you can have something else happening. Now I'm listening for where it goes away again. Five minutes it goes away. Yeah, I agree, Tim. Great groove. The feel is solid. It's got that Dinat's bounce. That vocal's cool. Yeah, this section's cool. What's the avocado reference on Discord? I make a little comment when I play a track for a live stream, and next week when I look at, or like on Monday when I look at Discord, I want to be able to know, did I play this track? Did we hear this already? Or is it like a review that I missed? Or is there a new update that I didn't hear yet? So I decided to start putting colorful emojis in there so I can see my own comments and understand if I played a track yet or if it's like a new version, new update. It's like how I keep track of the changelog and the updates. And I pick something dumb like an avocado. it's the Saturday avocado. Just a placeholder. All right, that's cool. That disco string thing started to open up. The filter started to open up here towards the end. It's like getting brighter. Filter's opening on that sample. And we arrive at a moment. Cymbal crash. And it brings back down. So that's a really effective thing to do. At the beginning, I felt like that loop was neat, could use some filter space moving. And basically, the move that I would do with that string loop is like start with it filtered low for 32 bars, slowly open the filter leading to that climax, hit a cymbal crash, and then cut the sample completely and go into that heavy bass and drums part like we were playing through. That's happening right here, right? Filter opening up. Ian, no, I did not get the new link. There was a track not found. So Adam, going up to 505, I would really open that disco string and make it louder and brighter and really up in your face like strobe lights. And even stutter it, or something, to like make it like even more like a build-up sound. And then with the cymbal crash, do like you did here, cut out that string loop so we go really into the bass, into the floor, and you're like, whoa, everything just dropped really hard. So essentially, the way I'm seeing that sound is like a riser, basically. It's a string loop, it's a disco vibe. Anytime you hear it, it should be either building up to become a riser or happening where it comes in and slowly ramps down to leads toward a mellow point, like a breakdown. If you have that sound always moving in a wedge, like moving up in a ramp or moving down in a ramp, that's how to make it so it doesn't get stale. Because at the beginning, it starts off, it's kind of muted down, and it's opening a bit, but in general, the filter sweeps were a slow variation, and the sound was just like a static layer that kept going the whole time. And because it wasn't really doing a lot, it became repetitive, and I was like, waiting for it to change. So really work on those string loops and samples to just use them as transitions that are constantly growing and getting louder with the filter opening or filter closing and the sound getting a little more subtle. And then put those ramps in like a 16-bar length, and at the end of it, have one of your percussion changes. The drum programming is great. There's all these layers coming in and out, new hi-hats, new claps, cymbal crashes. The new kick drum that dropped, it was awesome right here. This one. And be very judicious not to overuse your filter loops because they can get a little bit repetitive. Yeah, all of Danat's tracks have that same distinctive sound. What it would be like playing 6 tracks back to back. It'd be like laying in bed with like 6 naked people all over you. Of your choice. Maxine, hey. So what are we gonna do? Should I open? Can somebody message me on my SoundCloud with the DJ Waters link for the new version? Because that works a lot better than trying to open Discord again. I have discovered in my infinite Saturday wisdom. Also, Adam, if we could get the ladybug like a little farther up the flower stem so we can finally get to the top by Wednesday, that'd probably be good. Okay, everybody. I'm going to leave this tab open so I can reload it for messages. Let's move on. So, Paul, you got to go. You got to ditch out. Let's take care of the Paul Robinson review. This is a brand new version, not mixed, new idea, right? So we're just slashing out some raw creativity here, which is always good. This is me pushing up the level. Sounds like we could use a little more bass. And Paul said in the track notes, needs to be trimmed down, maybe too long. Oh, good. Another one I felt like giving up on, but I didn't want to throw it away. So let's get some feedback on what we can pull out of here. Cool. Let me just give it a little bit of low-end EQ for fun here. That's my low shelf boost. And I love it when people post tracks and say this, where it's like, it's an idea, I was going to throw it away, but maybe we can find something in here that's usable and turn it into a real track, which usually means cutting out something and doing a better mix, maybe making it shorter in length, and finding like the diamond inside this rough thing. And already, this part is cool. This is definitely usable right here. Paul, right at this exact moment here, a minute 30, this is playable. This section is okay. So let's see what else happens in the track. The structure, the idea, the tempo, the groove, the sounds. Most of the ideas are cool. That reverb is too big. I hear a reverb on like the snare kind of sound. The reverb is like, sounds like a huge reverb way up on top and the rest of the track is down here. So make a shorter time on the reverb. Okay, these are good sounds. I like how that bass line's right there above 100. That's a great space for the kick to be below. And there we go. This low end is not bad with a low shelf EQ boost to raise the whole low end proportionally. Yeah, Tim, I agree. The sine or the square wave sound of like that. Wow, wow, wow. And Paul, the changes are happening nicely timed. It's not getting boring. Good changes, so, okay. The fast percussion's cool. Where is Sheppers today? We need some Sheppers on this. There's a kind of a bass layer I'd like to pull out more. And that last part, hold on, there's a layer that's like like the upper part of the bass line. I would like to hear those notes a little more clearly. Let's see if we get that solo later. So Paul, first thing you're gonna do is put the kick drum up higher in the mix, just a louder kick drum. Ooh, are we getting a breakbeat? What are you doing? Okay, listen to that. I'm EQing around 750. All the melodic voice of the bass line just jumped out. So go to your bass, the fast bass channel, and boost up somewhere around 700-800 to get that melodic nature, like the voice of that bass line around here. Hey, Scott Burks here. Paul, this is cool. The cymbals are sounding good. The drum mix is good. There's a little buzz synth happening. So basically, my verdict is kick drum louder, number one. Bass voicing, go to like 800, something in the middle of the mids, and get that bass tone, so we can pick out those notes that it's playing. And if you do those things and run through the arrangement again, I guess 9 minutes is going to be a little long. This is cool. That distortion up there is great. It's like... Yo. Okay, this track is officially better than you think it is, Paul. It sounds organic. It feels like somebody's on a mixing board pulling in layers of drums. What the fuck? That came from the side. Hold on. That lead is perfect. It surprised me. It was loud and very clear on top of what's already there. Wait. Let's check this in mono. Okay, back to stereo. And listen to these drums right here. Damn. And the ride coming in. This track is pretty interesting. I had a bad feeling when I first saw the comments. I was like, oh, it's brand new, it's a mess. He actually said it's a mess. Now I'm playing it and I'm like, it's not a mess. Now this part's kind of feeling noisy, like a lot of layers. If we could get a build up and drop back to simplicity somehow, it'd be good. Okay. Hang on, I'm having an idea. Yeah, okay, let me pause. I'm sorry to pause the music. I hate to stop the music. This new bass sound that came in, it's going like this. What I would do is put that sound into a big reverb so that as we notice the sound is there, first it comes in, it's like it's getting a little busy, and then expand that crazy with like a reverb where it's going. So there's this huge wash of reverb on that buzzy synth sound, and then guess what? Mute the sound, hit it back to the simple beats and hi-hats with the lead, and we'll feel that space drop. Like that's how you make a drop, is basically you build up a whole bunch of extra shit and then make people like, get overloaded. And then you cut out the other stuff and go back to just the kick drum and bass line and the groove, and you'll have a great moment. So that's what I would recommend from around here. Let's hear when that new sound comes in, right? We're at 5:55. Huh. Caesar, what's up? Hail Caesar. Oh my God, Scott I just saw your comment, Scott. You literally wrote what I was describing. Needs a big reverb delay swell to transition back to minimal feel. Did you write that as I was saying that? Were you having telepathic Saturday? Get that into a big washy reverb. And then around here, maybe even drop out the kick drum for a little bit at the peak of maximum reverb, and then kick it back in and mute some of the leads. Okay, so now 6:45, it's more simple. And you still have pretty good separation with the synths. I hear the bass line, it's like that fast one. Okay, now this feels like the coming in for a landing end of the track. Oh, there's some high frequency in there. I got my mouse right there at 140. That's a nice part of the bass line. It's like a little, man. I really like how we can feel that part of the bass line. It's right there, given like a harmonic bottom. Damn, Paul, how the hell did you make this track? I'm curious. Do you have all these layers going? Did you actually push up layers and push them back down while you're listening to loops? Because it feels like somebody listening to loops just bringing stuff in and out in a very live kind of thing in a great organic way. And this part. Oh, I love it. The peeps at the ending. How cool is that? Wow, I'm impressed. I think I'm most impressed because the comment where he posted, he started by saying this track is a mess, and I was like, oh, it's not going to be good. But actually, I really enjoyed this track. It has everything that should be happening with a good techno track, and it's interesting, and it sounds good. Basically, your only problem is a couple mix details. So kick drum louder, number one. That drum reverb we heard at the beginning, bring that down because it was too washy. Or maybe don't use that reverb on the drums. Make a separate, tighter, faster drum reverb that almost sounds like doubling the volume of the sound, you know, like a tight drum room reverb. Save that big one for those washy buildups when you have those sounds layering up and it's getting massive, and you do like big reverb buildup, cut the kick drum when the reverb is at maximum, and then drop the kick drum back in, mute the sounds that were going into the reverb, let the reverb wash down, and you'll have this epic drop that just goes into space and takes people like and keep the bass line going. Then a little bit of bassline EQ. We were looking at 700 hertz, 800 hertz to get that like tonal voice of the bass. That's the gesture, tonal voice. And possibly cut it a bit shorter, but honestly, the way it feels, 9 minutes is not deadly. You could play this track in a set and take people with you for that length of time because of the way the drum programming changed and it stayed interesting and stuff was moving in and out, which is really cool. So if you could get it under 8 minutes, that would probably be cool. But I really like the last ending sound too. It had an excellent tool to mix out of. Like that little beep, 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 beep as a DJ tool to mix into the next track is like really a nice gesture for your friends who need intros in their life. I would just loop this while I'm eating my breakfast. Chew on the beat. Need everybody chewing on the beat from now on. This is serious. Cool. So Paul, bring that back on Wednesday. Minor tweaks basically, and that'll be ready for mastering and stuff. So EQ back to flat. Yeah, I had the EQ jacked up like plus 6 dB at 60 hertz. That's a pretty good amount of low end. So you want to get your kick drum really up there. Tight Slackhouse, Happy Accident Part 1. You could possibly split that to like 2 ideas. There was enough in there. Okay, very mixable. Yeah. Happy Accident Part 1. Here we go. Stereo. That's a mood. Let me check the log on here. So it came from building a template, having a jam, recorded it, and we're going to mix it later. So this is kind of a rough thing. Nice mood. Levy Mudhouse is like the mountain mood, like peaks up above and then fog and stuff, like the atmosphere. Looks like we got 6 minutes. Nice kick drum and bass line separation. I could go a little louder on that open hi-hat. We're always talking about hi-hat volume. People have their opinions. We'll see. So guess what? I'm looking at this range around 3K. Wondering if we're going to get a lead somewhere from like 1 to 5, that right in that upper mids area. There's a lot of space in the music for some melody. So let's see what happens. Caesar, you said it sounds a little low. Do you mean that hi-hat is not loud enough? I'm not exactly sure which comment that was. Got some sweeps growing. Nice intro. Okay. Yeah, that kick is 35 hertz. That's like if somebody drops a stone outside your house. It goes doof. Oh, Caesar, your general volume sounds low. I guess it's a test mix and it's not pushed. I'll push my broadcast level up a bit. And this is one where I might actually take the kick, the low end EQ down a little bit and raise the volume to get all the mids and highs up brighter. Are those birds right there at 7.5 hertz? Those are birds. Okay, those birds can be louder. Oh, that's a good drum break. One more time. I was listening to this ambience around that's going. Mid bass could have more presence a bit. Yeah. I like that birdie loop. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna take the low end down a little bit and raise the volume. Okay, that's the EQ down. Let's boost it up a little bit. Somewhere around 1,000 hertz, I'm going to take out the mids a little bit. And a little tiny bit of high end. That's what I would be looking for if I was DJing with this. Just to get the body of like the middle area, like more in your, kind of in the front of the track, kind of. There we go. These beats I could have heard a long time ago. These are great. So Tice, get this beat right here. You could bring that in a lot earlier and it would take the track up. Maxime is gonna play this 100%. Yeah, I feel you, man. This is deep and kind of smoky, you know? Like visually, like actually like fog in the air. Okay, I'm gonna take my EQ back to flat. Nice dark clap. What is that? That. Whoa, whoa. I'm seeing it at 380. We need more of that. That needs to be louder. It's got delay on it? I love it. One more. Okay, that ending sound with the delay should totally be louder and give us like another 4 bars of just that sound with hi-hat to mix out with. Boom, 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 boom. What a classic sound. It has the vibe of the track. Everybody's going to know that that sound is from that track, and you could mix out with it really well. And basically, I mean, that one's playable now. I think I would probably lower the kick drum a little bit and then keep the rest of the mix kind of the same to just get the overall balance of the mids and highs up a little bit relative to the kick. And those little birdie sample, definitely make that louder. The ending delay sample we just said, make that louder. There's not a lot that this track needs. I wanted to also point out, I think it was around 136. Let me find this part. So creating a moment in the music, all he did was cut the kick drum and introduce a little vocal sample. Let's count this out and see how long the kick drum stays out. That's such a powerful thing to do. It's so easy to do too. You just grab a little piece, mute the kick, and automatically people are ready for something to happen. So let's just count how long was that going on for. It was like 2.5 bars, little vocal sample, and then the beat came back in. Make that voice louder too. That should definitely be a lot more coming forward. Even though the track has a feel of everything sort of like under a fog, that voice should be a little bit louder in the fog. Scott, brighten the staccato synth a little right here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I totally agree. That synth. Because we have such a kind of a hollow space from 1,000 hertz on up, that synth could totally come brighter right up in that area, 1.5K or something. And yeah, and move between duller and brighter. You could even put an LFO assigned to the filter and just have the filter go up and down. Have it go up and have it come back down. That's a good idea. Good idea. All right, let's move on to the next music because it's 12:40. We only played like 3 tracks so far. And let me check. Did somebody send me the DJ Waters upcoming link for the Cosmos? No, what was it? You made a down-tempo track? I know what I'm thinking. I'm just not verbalizing it. So there we go. Reload and link. Come on, baby. Not yet. Well, I'm going to close that window. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, Randy, cool. Just got your track in. Let's start this over and see where. Here we go. Similar vibe, too. All the tracks we're playing right now could almost go together in a set. Got my EQ flat, stereo wide. Oh, I like that hi-hat. I like this already, Randy, right? Scott, it's like the staccato synth from the last track. It's almost like that same kind of pattern. There was a flange, or that was like a notch filter maybe sweeping through that one, right? Sounds really good, Adam. I'm not hearing any major problems at all. I'm gonna turn it up. Caesar, cut at 250 to 300 for the low end. Let's EQ and hear what that sounds like. Here's boost and sweep. here's about 250 like boost. And cut. I agree that bass line maybe could be a little more defined. Let's see if we get it by itself. I like the simplicity of Randy's tracks. It's always like a few elements that just really come together. Looks like that bass line's popping up 145. I would like to hear that bass part soloed because it feels like it's very deep and also buried under the kick drum. Getting some playback glitches, sorry. Yeah, Scott, you could totally have these back to back in a set. Exactly. So first off, the low part of that sub bass thing, when the kick drum is in, we're not even feeling that. Looks like that's a D chord, D, A, and F sharp. Overtones. $290. So if it's at 145, I would try going around 300 to pull up the upper harmonic of that bass part. Cut the one at 60. Because that sub part is just kind of competing with the kick drum and it's not adding a lot of meaning in the track. And work with the bass line above 100 hertz from 100 to 300 to get it to like rhythmically fill in between the kick drums. Maybe bring the filter down in here so we have the bright part echoing in the delay and the sources coming down a bit. Nice, nice, nice. One more time when I'm not talking. Good drop. Scott, what are you talking about? Eighth notes snares? Could be, that could work, yeah. And now we're back in the roll-in part for the end section. Yeah, I think if you tweak that bass line with the EQ a little bit, that's the main thing that needs to change. Maybe some percussion edits if you wanted to try those things. I like this voice. Wait, what's going on here? Scott, layering more snares to have the groove hit harder. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, that sound. What? That's great. And let's check out what happens in the ending. It didn't happen. This little sound, what? That one should totally continue as the last sound. What? Because that's like a very unique sound from this track only. The synth is good too. What? Good, Randy. All your tracks come out sounding playable, and we can offer. We usually end up offering minor adjustments to make it fit better. So basically, cut the sub frequencies out of that bass line part. Just push it up louder. Hear how it fits together with the beat, and then maybe EQ a little bit if it's too boxy. From somewhere from 2 to 500, you might need to take it down a little bit. Synths are sounding good. I thought, as always, my predictable comment around here, 235. I thought you could maybe cut these hi-hats, but that's always a style question too. They weren't causing a problem. I just thought, oh, maybe you could cut the hi-hats. And around here in this breakdown, I was feeling like I liked the delay a lot in the bright one. Like maybe move the filter down and up more often so the delay has a different texture. Because this part, it's like really bright and it stays bright, which is a minor detail. Cool. Oh, track was mastered via SoundCloud to try it out. Gotcha. Ah, playable. Yeah, cool. Oh, Martin's here. Mindbender. We just hyped up your new release. That tab. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the tab. The Machine Soul Nora Lingen Mindbender rave remake. And it sounded awesome. No comments on what it needed to be. So we did that a little bit earlier. So Randy, yeah, little minor edits, and that one's going to be done. Coming up, Magic 1.3. I'm going to start this off. EQ flat. Let me check the changelog notes. Yeah, boy. Cracking. Okay, so starting without the lead. Did a little EQ sidechain, micro timing. Ready for mastering. Let's see. SoundCloud mastering is just a limiter. Ooh. There's that cool lead coming in. So far, so good, Scott. Except for my freaking playback glitch. That vocal sounds beautiful. Good. Cut the vocal, now we get the lead bouncing. I like that synth sweep. Mindbender wants the hats to come down. Here we go, high shelf. Yeah, the hats are definitely bright. Caesar, arpeggio maybe less lows and enter less suddenly. easy solution with that would be, Scott, to put a high pass filter all the way up and then slowly roll the filter down to introduce the sound. Ooh, this is ominous. Can't imagine that would affect the glitching, but maybe. This drop. I still don't think the hi-hats are too loud because the bass and the kick are so chunky. Go, 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 whoa. And the beat for me is like a groove. I honestly did not feel like the hi-hats are too loud or too piercing. I would have to put this one into reference mixes for mastering and really compare high frequency stuff with other tracks to decide, is that hi-hat too loud? Because for me, I'm liking it. Yeah, that breakdown was like creepy, dark, and epic. Okay. That last section was a bit crowded, and I was like, the reverb was like, whoa, like a lot going on. Yep. And coming up on the end break. I like that cymbal crash in this section, taking it through. It is steady. Yeah, Tim, the arrangement is like keep changing, stays interesting. We're at like 7 minutes. Good, that was a perfect moment to cut some sounds, let that reverb wash, like we were talking before. Put some sounds up into the reverb, let the reverb wash over, and the beat keeps going right there. Nice. Here we go, no hi-hat. I agree that it does sound good. Right here. That's a proper beat without the hi-hat. So yeah, the hi-hats can come down, I guess. Seems to be the consensus opinion. Nice job with the low sub and the upper bass line. I don't know if that's actually all in one sound or on 2 channels, but that's nicely done with the kick drum. And the reverb tail. Cool. The arrangement around this part, from 5 to 6 minutes, I started to feel like there was a couple of too many sounds happening. There's the voice. There's the synth going down, no, no. There's the fast ARP synth. And the bass synth. So for a little minute, just a minute ago when I was talking, there was like too many sounds at once. Oh, Mindbender's saying, yeah, some strong elements, strip it down a little bit. And what was before that? Yeah, here it has a simplicity of like, sounds are hanging in space, but they're not crowding each other, and the groove is steady, right? Now that synth is stabby one is growing. And what happened? Okay, that's an effective drop. But from here until the next chunk, it's a little busy. I wonder if the voice is clashing the pitch with that big, like, saw synth. Down. I think in that part, after that drop at 449, the synth that's like, down. I think that synth you could cut at that part. I'm not sure if that would, how exactly that would change it, but I feel like there's maybe just like one too many layers sort of fighting for the mid-range in this part of the track after that big drop. And at that point in the song, 4.5 minutes or something, you could have a big, empty, simple drop that people would just be like, to like sit in it, you know, and enjoy it without having like a new sound happening. But the mix is really good. I really like the low end work and the layering of the drums and stuff. Everybody seems to say the hi-hats are too loud. So yeah, you know, a big system, it probably would be too loud. And I pushed that off to the reference mix question. So nice one, Scott. That could probably be done next Wednesday. One more mix. Put it back up for the feedback crew and see what they say to me and you. We got DJ Waters. We got DJ Waters. We got DJ Waters. Oh my God. And we got Jens. And then we got Alex B to wrap it up. So let's rip through some of the DJ Waters tracks and one more time. I'm going to check for that new link because I'm always curious what these people are doing. Refresh SoundCloud page. What does that say? Oh, look at that. 16 minutes ago. See, I'm glad I checked. Write your message. Dear Steve, do not ever look at the images I post. That happy birthday you gave to Matt was like, whoa. Okay, Waters Jam, Traveling Through Space. I'm not sure what you want first, so let's start with this. I'll quickly check the mix. And props to DJ Waters for exploring new genres and styles. It's always nice to see people stretch their comfort zone. Yeah, Scott, nice track. I agree. That's a lot going on in that music. It's interesting. Okay, I'm going to push this up a little bit on broadcast. A little bit too loud on that. Psst. Nice. Laying down a groove, playing with synths and layers. Almost meditative. All right, that is going to be a problem. 1.1K. That sound was too loud. Okay, 4 hours, brand new, just clearing the head. Cool. So we'll give you some little things of what we notice, and right away the vibe is awesome. I'm getting it. Wow. Ear candy, cool. Kick drum is good. The bass sound could have a little more low-end body. And And it does feel like kind of flying, like. It's an outer body track. It came from your higher self on another plane. Wait, what just changed? $222. You could cut the kick drum right here at that bink. Boom, and then bring it back again. I'm liking the vibe. This synth sweep is really cool. It is calming. Wow. All right, let's see I could use a little bit more of a gentle transition back to the beat, like a longer sweep that's more like almost like, you know, like calming meditation music on a podcast or something to like get us back to where the beat comes in, because I was really gonna get out there on this, like, right? Because the white noise you have in there is almost like a cymbal, like that happens after the beat. If you could just reverse that or have something kind of like a gentle like to get people into this beat coming back, I think that would help. And that bass line, did it, bring that up. Yeah, what did you use on the dreamy pads? This is cool. And the little mechanical sounds in the back, like ka-chink. It sounds like somebody dropping metal on a concrete floor. Those chirps are cool. That could be louder. That one's a little too loud. And it's cool that the main synth pad is like a very dominant sound, so we can stay on that wave of like the cruising through clouds wave. That little one, that could cut here. The space frog. Rabbit. I don't need so much of that guy, personally. And then same thing, a little bit more of a different transition coming back to bring in the beat. I like that kick. This is a track where like the kick drum, the pad, and the ticky hat is like all you need. What happened here? The bass line cut out. Oh, it just came back. Okay, let's listen to the kick drum first and then how the bass line changes it, right? Because this kick drum by itself feels like a complete low end with the pad on top. Where's that bass line? All right, very harmonic. The bass is playing a nice note together with the pads. So yeah, I would bring that bass line up a little bit. That's another situation where the bass somewhere around 500 to 1000 hertz. If you raise that part of the bass line, it's gonna have a nice, you'll feel the pulse coming in between the kick drums more without muddying up the sub end. Because that kick drum's beautiful by itself. That's all we need for the bass. Beep. And a little bit of an industrial feel with some of those sounds, that one clink. So those two are gonna come down a little bit. That metallic one is good at that level. 4.77K. I like this percussion. Ticka, 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 ticka. Wow. This literally sounds like yoga music, like Morning Vista, you know. I'm not making fun of it. It's great. It's a great mental plane to be on. Like, just smoothness, you know. That's cool. Cool, man. 4 hours, bassline, groove, beat, couple things of sound effects and synths. Perfect. Keep it simple. Just take a couple of those effect spikes down lower a little bit and don't mess it up. Because that track has a really nice simplicity that's working. What was that? What was that? What was that? Who dropped their and maybe the opioid meds that you have to sleep. Well, just make sure you export your mix before you go to bed. That's the rule for that. Nice work. All right, let's keep going. Exploration version 3. Dink. Good kick and bass. Look at that. There we go.
This is a story of exploration.
All right, cool. Looking at the change log. Extra percussion and hats, little drum fill, another ARP layer, another air riser towards the end of the breakdown. Oh, interesting. Another question about sort of like what genre is it?
Prepare to open your mind and to free your soul.
Oh, Tim, you got to go see it. Sorry to talk right now. Thanks for hanging out, Tim, and congratulations on the release, man. Keep it going. This is good. That little tick is similar to the sound in the last track, but this one's at a much nicer volume. So that's a good reference. I'm going to skip through this one a little bit more because we've... Let's check going into the drop.
This is a story of exploration. A journey to find new worlds. Explore unseen cities and civilizations. Prepare to open your mind and to free your soul. Travelers, we welcome you to our world.
Cool. All right, good. Vocal sounds great in the breakdown. Totally effective, very dramatic, like, wow, big voice. Art players, beats. I think that's some of the new percussion, right? It got very sparkly. These bright tops. I'm trying to hit the high points of this one because it's a 7-minute track.
In a world filled with anger, we rise
good.
up. We stand tall.
That's one of my favorite things. I know I'm pausing here. Is that don't play the same sample 5 times in a song. You hear people still do this to this day, and it sounds like right out of the 90s of just hitting like the sample button on that one vocal sample. It's much better to take a longer vocal sample, chop it up in 3 pieces, and go like intro, middle, ending, and then repeat the first one again at the end or something, so you don't hear the same exact thing over and over and over.
During times of despair, we follow our fate, join the cause, and fight for your freedom. For if you don't, all of humanity will fall.
Dropping some advice. And back in.
So,
Yeah, those are all good updates. I don't hear anything I can even comment on in this one.
exploration, fight for your freedom.
And the fade out. Honestly, that sounded pretty good. I'm not hearing any major things I would change. I guess I'd have to sit with this and listen through the whole entire thing from start to finish with blank mind to really comment on the arrangement. But I'm not going to do that right now. So I would put this one up for test, mix it against some other tracks, and then go for mastering, because I think that's going to be done pretty soon. If anybody else has comments on something I missed, let me know. Let's take a break from all the DJ Waters and play some Jens, because he's been waiting for a little bit, and then we'll come back. A different sonic world. Okay, I'm going to push up this broadcast a little bit. Look at that sweep. That's a great shape. Okay, watch out, 1.6K. That's a little too bright. And for genres, I would put this one in like a down-tempo or electronica, not techno exactly. Like 105 BPM. I like the synth layers and what they're doing. Overall, there's a lot of brightness. There are a lot of high frequencies in there. So I would go from 3,000 to 5,000 hertz. Just make sure you don't have too much frequency buildup in that mid-range area, upper mids. Not change anything. Oh, and Morton, have a good gig tonight. Where are you playing? I'm kind of curious what kind of party you're doing. Or tomorrow morning. It has that kind of crystal feel, like crystallized sound. You know what I would actually like at this point? From here, there's a drop coming up. here. Cut the high frequency sound. That one that's like kind of a little bit crushed or distorted. Like after the kick drum drops out and the beat comes back in. 226. Have a part with no high frequency stuff. We could just dig the acid synth line and the beat. Yeah, these highs. I'm gonna take out a little bit of. The bass line is cool and the low part is cool. There's like too much of a constant high pitch thing happening. It's like. You're playing illegal raves, start at 6 in the morning. That's tomorrow. And those sounds could use some reverb too. That high. All that like R2D2. Those are really cool sounds. A little more reverb on them and a little bit of EQ to take the highs out of it. Really get those dialed in so you can feel them and hear them and enjoy it without it being like... Pretty much that's all this needs. The rest of it, the groove is good, the bass is cool, the low end is cool. Whoop. Yeah, the ringing background. That ringing. Oh, good. Yeah, here when that top frequency is gone, it's like a relief. It's like boom, boom. Yeah, Scott, that 303 lead bubbling, right? I like what the drums are doing right here. It has like a good pulse, right? It comes back down. That's a nice feel. It really has a nice feel in those hi-hats. Drum programming is cool. I like it. I like this ending. And the middle. Yeah, so basically the main thing is that there's too much high frequency stuff. And that's going to be overpowering our poor little ears. Mindbenders, skip that ringing thing completely. Where do we first hear that? Okay. 38. Yeah, maybe transform that sound to be only a riser or a build-up or a little emphasis, because that is kind of a horror movie sort of sound, like like creeping in the background. And then there's like, you know, the psycho with the knife. So I agree, that sound, you could kind of skip it for most of the mix and just let us really enjoy the groove and the bass. Stop. Let us enjoy the groove and the bass and the mid-range of what's happening and the little slurpy synths that are like, pew, whoop, whoop. There's a lot of good, I like the R2D2 kind of sounds that are really cool. And that one top, it's like erosion or distortion, is not really making the track better and better and better. So if you try exporting a mix without that sound, you might have a different feel for it. Anxiety test, we're going to do DJ Waters last because we played a lot of DJ Waters so far. Huge thanks, we'll attack the highs. Yep. Scott, was that a reverse reverb on the end? I'm not sure. That was cool, though. So, Alex B, I don't know if you're here today, but let's EQ back to flat. Get ready for some Alex B. The bees. Oh, man. Let me turn this up here on the broadcast. Yeah, Jens, that's a cool track. That'll be a good slow tempo groove when you get that high frequency stuff sorted out. The rest of it's like good to go. Creepy we gonna get another kick drum? Feels like an intro part. There it goes. Okay, so some kind of transition build up to indicate that something's coming. There we go. Now that feels right. I love that bass sound. Ticka, 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 with the kick down there. It's got that hypnotic energy. This bass, or synth, or whatever it is, really good. Ooh, funking up the bass line. Yeah, that intro was kind of long and there wasn't a lot of signal of like what was going to happen or change. So that could even be a shorter intro or add like riser or transition sounds or something to like indicate that the other beat is going to drop. Pitch shift cymbal. I like it. That was cool. That was a good cymbal use. Organ. There's a second low synth. It's like wah, 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 wah. That's almost a little too low in the frequency range. And a little competing against that fast bass line that's so cool. So that build up right here. 300. You hear what I'm saying down here? All that kind of low 500, 400 hertz. Oh, exactly. That was it right there. That sound. One more time. I wish I could zoom in on the waveform. So that sound is going from like 337 down a little bit, and it's kind of like wah, 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 wah. That one is competing against this super cool, this buzzy thing. So I would pull up the high frequency part of this fast bass line, because that's like the groove, and then this lower one that's like take some of the highs out of this one and have it more like a rhythmic low frequency sound. It's going to be a close blend because they're in similar ranges, but you could work with that a little bit with EQ. Now the feel is like going up and down. Totally hypnotic. That low end. I want to just give this more low. That kick drum is like going right into me. Wait, I'm not ready for that breakdown yet. That kick drum is a total drone zone. Now I'm getting into it. Okay, everything is back to flat now. Hey. What are you saying to me? That one's cool. That ear candy delay stuff is cool. Here we go. That high part of that bass is so cool. That's exactly how you take a high-pass filter to do a drop. What do you think about the claps in this build-up? I think they should be louder. I'm going to hit the EQ. Here it comes. I just jack the high frequency EQ for the claps only at the build up. When the claps are going faster and faster, make them louder, get them brighter up in there. And the way that high pass filter came down on the lows was great. Go. Where are we at? Wait. The way that cymbal came in, that's cool. That ride is like a little too loud and feels unnatural. I'm not sure what it is. It feels like it's sticking out of the drums instead of part of the drums. Maybe take the volume a little bit down on that ride. Again, that low mid sound that's like wow, 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 has a little bit too much mid-range body that's competing with the fast bass line. And that little run where the bass line goes up and gets lost in that muddiness. So something has to get cleared up with that. Oh shit! The ride's melting. Nice transition. Awesome, awesome. And now the kick and the bass are so clean without that sound going whoa, whoa. Digging it. $170 and $225. Giving me stress. There we go. It's the tail on that kick. Good, good, good. Going up in the air. All right, Alex B, this track is super playable already. Fix up that mid synth vibe so that the low mid area is not getting conflicted, and we can hear right here where it's like wow, wow. It's almost like an atmospheric pad that's an octave too low, something like that. And when you get that clean drop, where was it? Kick drum is so cool by itself. You don't need a lot of other low end around it. And I think that ride cymbal can come down. Other than that, don't touch anything else. Super cool. Clap, clap, clap. That one could be done on the next mix. Now for the grand finale, the moment you've all been waiting for, DJ Waters. Oh my God. My computer could stop glitching, I'd appreciate it. Oh, and the out of time hi-hats. Let me check the change log. Okay, one extra layer of cinematic percussion and an extra layer hi-hats. I think it's finished. Oh, you're keeping the claps before the breakdown. All right, all right, all right. Either way, they're staying. Steve can shut up. Into the darkness. I like it. Into the darkness. That was a good build-up. Genre-wise, I think this is solidly right in techno. You just need to put it in a set with stuff that's at the same tempo. 135. I mean, there's a lot of techno that has psytrance elements and similar, so vocals sound good. Ah, that atmosphere. I remember this one. Yeah, this is sounding good. Bottom is nice and like smacking. Bop, bop, bop. Nice plucks. What's that sound? Into the darkness. I love this one. Going up the darkness. And it starts up slow and then that riser accelerates towards the drop, so it's like takes you right into it. High frequency shit. This is sounding good, man. I'm gonna turn this up. I like this part. And they sound like they're behind you a little bit. Really nice effect blend on the look. Top synth. Into the darkness. Into the darkness. So Jens, just for a comparison, like the synths and little blips and high frequency things are present here, but they're not dominating the top end of the mix, you know what I mean? You can see there's a spike there at like 7K. And they feel like a crinkly, like, but it's not like grabbing you behind your eyeballs, you know, for high frequencies. Damn, everybody in here is making great music. I almost feel like today we're listening to a DJ set and just pausing it to pull out little elements. It's really sounding good. I wish I could scroll on SoundCloud and zoom in on the waveform and like loop little pieces. Okay, that part, hold on. When the synth drops out, this synth, bum, 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 bum. There's that little riser going up. And I was sort of expecting the kick drum to drop out right here. And then there's a new high frequency sound. Okay, so I was almost expecting a breakdown right there, but didn't get one. That could be like a chunk you could cut out, or let's see where it goes. Yeah, this little break is cool. If you get to this break sooner, maybe cut out a bunch. From like 439, there was kind of like this riser thing and this little bit of a buildup, like a mini buildup. I think you could cut out, 439 until 459, like 20 seconds. I don't know if that's going to be 24 bars, possibly. I was expecting a little bit of a breakdown sooner, so maybe that part is something you could chop out, just to have the track be shorter and get to this breakdown section sooner. Into the darkness. Going up. Those vocals are weird. I like it. And then back in here, groove is great, mix is good, the feel is good, the sounds are good. It's got DJ Waters all over it. This part is. I like how the synth has a slow pulse and the beat is fast, right? The synth is like da, 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 on quarter notes. This one. So the synth is like calm, but then it's like cruising. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe cut out 30 seconds in the middle and just get it a little compact. And the offbeats hi-hat. Ooh, what was that little bass bump? Bwomp. Just a little extra bass for you. Bwomp. Perfect vocal delay. My question here is that bass bump. Was that happening throughout the whole track and I didn't notice it? Seems a little unusual to have such a bass bump at the outro. Was that bass bump in the whole track doing something I didn't? Yeah, that's the way to take that track out too. The synth lead. Into the darkness. I like it. I think the best thing to do for an outro is take one of the sounds from your song that's very unique to only that sound, only that song, and let that be the last sound for the outro of the track, so people can mix in under it with a new hi-hat and kick drum. Like, you know, the intro of the track should be like neutral, something you beat match with the beats or something like that, and then you can mix in underneath the synth, you know, voice or custom melody something of the previous track to make a nice blend. Dude, Ian, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. I don't have my brain inside my head yet. Where am I? You put me into the where am I? There was just like, I guess, one area like around the middle where I felt like it was kind of dragging and needed to get to the breakdown sooner. That's about it. Sounded pretty good. And 1:38, I am getting ready for food today. Had a lot of coffee.
On a journey through the cosmos.
All right, good. I'm not going to get bored on this one.
Light, discovering galaxies and the unknown. Prepare to find things that haven't been seen before.
And the theme of your vocal samples are hanging together nicely, so all your different tracks have like a similar type of message, which is kind of interesting. There we go. Louder. I love it. Wow, wow, wow. That buzz. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, man.
Discovering galaxies and the unknown.
Yeah, Scott, that's a good point. The off-time hats at the end are going to be like a little bit weird for people. I thought my phone was just ringing. There's something in there. Doop, doop. Right there. Doop. Doop. That sound feels like it's coming down down by my leg. That mix positioning is crazy for those beats. And this is awesome. Yeah. Nice buzz, nice low end, nice kick, nice bump, everything. This synth part here. Do 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 do. Down down down. Make that louder. Bow 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 bow.
On a journey through the cosmos, traveling with the speed of light, discovering galaxies and the unknown.
That's good. Over here, the sweep is a little too loud for the voice. Right there.
On a journey through the cosmos,
like 2,000, 3,000 hertz, that sweep could use a little EQ dip down for the voice to be bigger on it.
And the unknown. Prepare to find things that haven't been
Oh my god, those synths are crazy. Yeah, this was 52 seconds long last week, and now it's like come to life. Those beeps. It's almost like you came from a heavy metal background, I swear. Good rolls. Again, that sweep is a little too big.
Prepare to find things that haven't been seen before.
Yeah, big goal. That fucking beep sounds like it's down by my leg behind me. And back home again. Nice and simple, a couple basic layers. Totally working. Okay, this kick drum has a nice sharp attack on it. This other moment here, this low one, I like that a lot. That could be louder, just this bottom part.
Journey through the cosmos. Traveling with the speed of light.
Yeah, vocal could be a little louder. If you're traveling through the speed of light, you gotta be able to hear the directions. Good melody. I'm expecting another break. I mean, another drop. You know, another section of drums. This one could be longer. This part, watch the high frequencies in here. And that impact bass. There was a quick one that went doof. That could be louder. Just make everything louder. And there's some little swampy like zhirp, zhirp. Those little ones that are underneath, like zoop, zoop, zoop. Little low bass ones from the swamp. That's me EQing. Yeah, those risers gotta be from like 1.5K to 4,000. Don't let them build up too big, especially with the female vocal. Everything else is pure, pleasant delight. Freaking head smasher right here. Oh yeah. This is so much fun. Seriously, you're getting a palette of sonic universes. DJ Water's got the hardcore, the ambient, I'm not gonna say chill out, but techno that's down tempo, and the tech beats. Coming together really well. So those are my notes on this one. And seriously, you could put in another 30-second of slamming beats after this part right here. So that's going to do it for track feedback today. Great work, everybody. I'm so happy to hear the updates and see that y'all are putting more work into your music than I am. I worked on my mix this week, but I didn't export something. I was splitting out tracks to the analog mixer to do a video on how that works for people who are using some of the new USB mixers are really cool. For a really good amount of money, like under $500, you can get a multi-channel audio interface built inside an analog mixing board with really good preamps that makes awesome sounding mixes and even has nice sounding built-in effects. It took a long time for all those things to come together into one piece of equipment that you could buy for under $1,000 or whatever. And now there's a lot of them available from Soundcraft, a whole bunch of brands. So I want to talk a little bit about that because it's something I'm using. And anytime people are talking about USB audio interfaces, I think it makes a lot of sense to buy something with a mixing board connected to your audio interface so you don't have to go and buy another mixer and audio cables and like have all that extra stuff. I must confess, I'm happy with the thump of these kicks. They have punch, and Steve is the best. No, I'm just kidding. So thanks for hanging out, watching. Anybody who's at the very, very end and does not know what to do with their life, the answer is go to courses.mixatexture.com and check out some of these programs that I have, have set up for helping you learn music production with Ableton Live, including sound design, song structure, and the mix. And I am just rebuilding some of the members stuff in this site to make new things that you can come in, complete lessons, collect points, unlock bonuses, do teaser modules, and learn about what each course is doing, so I can present these to a wider audience and get people coming in to learn about EQing their tracks and sound design and escaping the 8-bar loop. And of course, basic mixing for house and techno, focused on your low end, getting your drums in groups and your synths up loud, so it sounds good and doesn't make anybody's ears bleed. So that's going to be it. Oh, one more thing. We had a really cool session on Thursday with the Ask Me Anything. I put up a poll in the Facebook group, collected some questions, and then answered them on video. It turned into a main thing about how do I DJ with Ableton Live. So I showed you my setup, my controllers, my buttons, and my mappings, and what the whole plan is to be able to play original tracks from live, even being able to beat match with another DJ and have it all come out sounding good. So we're going to do that again next week. I just will put up a new poll to ask questions, and anybody who has questions about Ableton production, mixing, sound systems, anything about making electronic music and playing it, pop into your questions, and I'll put together workshops to show you how I do it. So when I was talking about audio interfaces, mixing boards, multi-channel mix outputs, what I'm doing is prepping for a video on that to just show you what it looks like when I take a mix and break it out to different channels. Ian's been very prolific, like a little bunny rabbit. Bunny, bunny, bunny. All right, let's get done for today. A little bit of outro music for the rest of your Saturday. Have a beautiful weekend, everybody. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next week.